Great. To have you with us for the playoffs on 2K Sports. It's game one. We're ready to tip it off in just moments. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder facing the Dallas Mavericks. You look at the Mavericks.
Well, more than anything, they're looking to avoid a letdown. Sometimes you get home court advantage and you maybe take your foot off the pedal a little. But they do not want to start slow and give their opponent confidence.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he's surprised himself at the miss.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pulls up on the wing. Jump shot is good.
But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a thirsty scorer, and if you concede the mid-range, he'll take it.
Outside McDaniels. Outside Wembanyama. To the inside. Oh! Wembanyama throws it down.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts up a three. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
First quarter and about a minute and a half in. To the middle. Here's Wembanyama. Oh! Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Middleton outside. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Wembanyama. And now the Mavs on the run. There's the triple. Daniels misses. Here are the Thunder with the ball. Pass to Embiid. Ooh, poked away. Butler with a steal. Daniels misses. And up the court come the Thunder on the break.
And the moment Embiid gets the ball anywhere near the hoop, it's over. Too strong to stop without foul.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
To have a big who's great at the line, such a plus.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Daniels, that one's true.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Man, just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Outside for Butler. Back to Daniels. Shot clock at 6. Another three for Dallas.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Embiid. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Embiid. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And it's Middleton finishing it off.
Oh, a beauty. Aggressive move by Middleton. Slamming it in to make a statement.
Inside. There's Daniels. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Knocked away. Stolen by Wembanyama. And stolen by Middleton. Count it. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket of the night.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Down low. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. They push it up 4 on 3. Kicks it out to Middleton. Bridges outside. Tries the spin move. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets it go from the wing. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
The Embiid can throw it down from anywhere. So much power for the big fella.
Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Black. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for OKC. It's a 3-point game. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Well, just good recognition in the pick and roll. Gilgeous-Alexander reacting to the defense perfectly.
That's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
So both teams changing it up here. Inside. Here's Wembanyama. Comes up empty down low. Here's Oklahoma City now. They've gone on an 8-0 run. The kick out to Williams. .4 seconds left in the opening quarter. And they pick up 2. He's got 5.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Wemby scanning the floor. He takes it in. Ooh, rejected by Wiseman. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead.
17.
And time for us to get back into it here in game one. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Thunder?
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Pass to Wallace. Shot clock at 5. Another shot. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Mavericks with the rebound.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Here's Wemby. Wallace outside. Three-pointer. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And the shot goes down.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Wemby. Wemby with the easy 2.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wemby, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Down low. Back to Wallace. The 3 from Wemby. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Thunder leading by 6. The Mavericks pull it in.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Wallace with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Outside Wemby. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And foul on Patrick Williams. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
Both teams will make substitutions. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Wiggins from long range. And it's Wiseman with the rebound. Thunder leading by 6. Pass to Tilly. Back to Murray. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Sensabaugh. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. And the Thunder lead by 9.
Terrific court awareness there. Murray recognizes the open man and wastes no time getting him the ball.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Let's hear it for one of our dancers.
Here's Wallace. To the inside. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama making it look easy.
I'm always worried about Victor's head hitting the rim.
Out to the right wing. Here's Tilly. The kick out to Williams. From outside the arc. And another three for Oklahoma City.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Pass to Murray. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And Murray is a taller guard, meaning he's capable of doing some damage on the inside.
Wallace outside. Fires for three. Tilly grabs the board. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
1:52 left to the second period. Here's Sensabaugh. Oh, the Thunder, another three.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Wembanyama. 10 points for him. Here's Black. Takes it inside.
Are you serious? That is some power from a point guard.
Oh, I love backcourt players with some ups.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. Dallas shooting their first foul shot of the night. A minute 20 left to play in the second quarter. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for OKC. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Five to shoot. Pass to Sensabaugh. From downtown. The shot that time not on target. Excellent D there from Wiggins. Wiggins all the way.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants to review the game plan. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Pass to Embiid. And Embiid with the slam.
Woo, that was big time. I mean, a dunk contest finish from Embiid. This guy can fly.
To the middle. Here's Wiggins. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Well, getting to the line at will nowadays. Wiggins wanting to improve his free throw percentage.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball. 6-point lead. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Embiid. Nurkic with some nice D. Driving to the basket. Black. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 4. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. we're back with you, folks, as this exciting Western Conference semifinal game rolls on. Here's Daniels. Sends it home from three-point land. Daniels has got 9.
Can't give those openings defensively. He'll just keep exploiting them.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Pass to Middleton. Lets the 3 fly. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Middleton's got his second bucket on the night. Outside McDaniels. Here's Black. Back to Wembanyama. For 3. And the Mavericks, another 3.
Wembanyama quickly with one of his own, firing right back.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. To the inside. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Embiid. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Black. He has 7. Daniels. And the Mavericks, another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. The Thunder making a switch here. Oklahoma City trailing. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Wiseman. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 14 feet away. And off the glass. That one's good. 6 points for him.
Well, Gilgeous-Alexander becoming more and more reliable as a jump shooter. With everything else in his game, look out.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Here's Black. On the wing, Daniels. Fires the 3. Rebound by Middleton.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, just a great read by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Getting in transition, making it easy.
Here's Black. He has 7. Inside. Here's Wembanyama.
Well, as soon as you recognize a size mismatch, you have to attack.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Now here's Wiseman. No points so far. Clock at 6. Screen by Wiseman. Down low. Oh, Wiseman using his size.
He's having a good night from the field. Now, I know the defense is really keying in on him, but they need him involved if they're going to pull this out.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Black. There's the drive. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That's on Mikal Bridges.
The officials were right on top of that.
Dallas shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. So hits 1 and misses 1 at the line.
I'm sure he wanted to hit all his free throws, but at least he gave his team the lead.
Screen by Wiseman. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
Boy, he's been relentless, and to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
Number 5, Wemby Rd.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Gilgeous-Alexander drills a 3.
Quick trigger there by SGA. I'll tell you, on the catch, be ready to rise and fire.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Black. Give him 8 points now.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
I mean, they've been sinking shots from mid-range, and they found a gap there in the defense, and they just continue to exploit it.
They've also made a concerted effort to get the ball down low. Many of their points coming in that painted area tonight.
Kicks it out to Middleton. Just 5 to shoot. Tries it from 19. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Yeah, so confident from the mid-range. Middleton, I mean, I love seeing him look to score from there.
Here's Black. From outside, off the mark. Thunder with a lead. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Pass to McDaniels. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
These are his first free throws of the game. Free throw good, McDaniels.
There is simply no substitute for what Jaden McDaniels gives you on the defensive end every night. This guy is elite.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now Middleton. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Butler with the ball. Checked by Murray. On the wing, Daniels. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 4 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Goes deep. Wembanyama. He gets it to go again. 9 for 13 so far.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value. And nice to see him deliver it.
Middleton outside. Pass to Wiseman. Fires it from 18. And the jumper falls for him. Wiseman's gotten 4 this quarter. And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Both teams deciding to change it up. And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
I don't think this timeout is just to give the guys a breather. Coach is looking to switch things up.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Teams making some changes here. 19 seconds left in the third. Wallace outside. This one for 3. Sinks it from distance. Wallace has got 6 points.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Thunder trail by 4. Murray looking around to the right side. Three-pointer Embiid. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
You know, when Wemby Rd gets to an offensive rebound, he's going straight back to the rim with it. You can count on that.
To the wing on the left. Embiid, good.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
The Mavericks lead by 4. Outside Wembanyama. Got a piece of it. And no good. Excellent D there from Embiid. And Jaden Daniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Murray. Williams into the lane. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. And out of bounds. Dallas will have it. And so it's Dallas with it. 4-point game. Outside Butler. Pass to Wembanyama. They set the pick. Floats one up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges. Final quarter of play. About a minute and a half off the clock. Clock at 4.
Well, making it look very easy. Right at the rim, McDaniels the finish.
Outside Murray. To the wing, right side. Here's Embiid. And we've got a timeout call by Mark Daigneault. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. He was harping on the number of offensive rebounds that they've given up. He told them they have to recommit to the defensive glass. He said, quote, "We're not walking away with the W if we don't box out." A simple message, guys, but an important one.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now Wembanyama. Wallace outside. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Thunder trail by 4. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. No good on the triple.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Pass to Daniels. There's the 3. Hits a 3-pointer. Daniels has got 9 points now in the second half.
You can see it. He's taking better shots, and the results are coming because of it.
Embiid with it. Jimmy Butler with a rebound. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That'll be a second foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Wembanyama. 3 on 3. Here's Daniels. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
He was way ahead of the pack. No one around to contest. He can do anything he wants in that situation.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
It's stolen by Wembanyama. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Embiid. Oh, look out! Joel Embiid with a power jam.
Well, you see SGA and the strides he's making as a playmaker. This guy is so good, on point with his reads.
To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. Embiid with the nice defensive effort. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Embiid. And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
1:52 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock.
Well, Jaden McDaniels is long, folks, and he can put a lot of pressure on with his ability to maneuver around that basketball floor.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First team foul.
Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Bridges, right side. And we've got 1:18 left in the fourth. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets a 3. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points in just the second half.
The quiet confidence, the ruthless execution. You need a big-time bucket. Shea is on time.
2 points. That one goes. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
To the left side wing. Here's Embiid. And it's in. What a beautiful shot. Brings them within 3.
These are the moments Embiid loves. Enjoys being the player for this team to take and make clutch shots.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Daniels. Money!
BA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Gilgeous-Alexander. And he buries it.
SGA, that's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to you. Big-time clutch delivery.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
Second team.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. 20 seconds left to play in the fourth. Turning here to our analysts. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
Substitution on the court.
It falls!
Boy, this guy is an absolute force of nature on the offensive end. SGA, I don't know what the defense is going to do with you.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
So he gets them both. And it's a 5-point game.
Well, you love a guy who gets himself to the line, takes his time, and makes the free throws. Complete professional.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 5. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
We've got 13 seconds left in the final quarter. And knocks down the 3.
3 points.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 4-point ball game. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And So it's the Mavericks who come out on top here. And really, any win is a big win here in the postseason.
Yeah, every game counts now, and there's no second chances. So they must be pleased with the results.
Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals. Playoff basketball here on 2K Sports. Game 2, we're bringing it to you live. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. We'll see the Dallas Mavericks facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. You look at Oklahoma City.
Well, they don't have any time to waste. It's a quick series. The time to act is now. If they don't bring their A game tonight, it's all over for them, plain and simple.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the basket by Dallas. Back to Middleton. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Right side, Butler. Takes the three. Gets the three ball to go.
I would not call Butler a laser, but he knows when he needs to keep the defense honest, and he'll take and make his share of those three-point shots.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Middleton. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wiseman. Out to Bridges. No good on the triple. Driving to the basket. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Inside. And he jams it home with authority.
And Shea's playmaking is really exceptional. Highlighted there with the perfect pass.
The three. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Now here's McDaniels. Pass to Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Yeah, Wembanyama fights for his bucket, using his size to get it done despite the foul.
Dallas shooting their first free throw of the night. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 8-point game. It's Middleton on the wing. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Up top, Embiid. 4 on the clock. And so the ball out of bounds. Embiid touched it last.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Outside Wembanyama. Here's Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Thunder trail by 10. Gilgeous Alexander surveying the D. Gets the three to fall.
Outside, inside, in between, doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
To the inside, Wembanyama.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Right side, Gilgeous Alexander. Oh, the Thunder tack on two more.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. He'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can. Bank on that.
I'm always worried about Victor's head hitting the rim.
And it's Gilgeous Alexander on the drive.
Great job drawing the foul and almost converted the shot as well.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league. He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Now here's Wembanyama. He's got 7. And the 3 off target. A minute 58 left in the first quarter here. Here's Embiid. And the rebound goes to Dallas. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Dagnall. I asked him about Jimmy Butler and what his defensive scheme is for him. Coach said to not let him bully us from the interior and mid-range. We want to push him as far out as possible. We have to play tough. Let's see if they're able to accomplish this, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now here's Gilgeous Alexander. He has 7. Fires hitting the triple. Gilgeous Alexander's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Dallas leading by 4. Here's Black. Driving inside. On the wing, Daniels. Pass to Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
You know, we can't measure heart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Here's Daniels. Jacks up a 3. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And out of bounds. Dallas will have it. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Black. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
To the middle. Williams. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Now here's Butler. Pass to Wembanyama. There's the 3. That shot, no good. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Just pounding the painted area. That's
23.
And we're back with you, folks, as this exciting Western Conference semifinal game rolls on. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. The speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
The three is up. Hits the three-pointer. Black's got 9.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Pass to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. 10 points for him. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Embiid. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
And it seemed like they lost track of time. The shot clock, in that case, got the better of them.
Wembanyama screen.
Hey, yo, right here. I see him.
6 to shoot. To the paint. Oh, Wembanyama making it look easy.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Up top, Embiid. No points so far. He gets it in there.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
Here's Black. 9 points in the game. And here's Embiid. And they go to the intentional foul. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And Dallas making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
Embiid with it. McDaniels with the rebound.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Daniels, that one's true.
Boy, they are fearless from the arc, and that's helping them protect this lead.
Murray deciding where to go with it. Here's Embiid. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Wallace outside. From behind the arc. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Second team foul.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Back to Murray. They set the pick. Pass to Bridges. Clock is at 3. And it's Bridges with the jam.
All talent there from Bridges.
The Mavericks lead by 14. Outside Wembanyama. Shoots over Embiid. Wembanyama's shot is good. Wembanyama's got 7 points for the quarter.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
He's finally leaving that dismal first quarter behind him. It took him a while to get going.
Now Wallace. No made baskets yet. There's a minute 54 left in the first half. A clear look for Embiid. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder.
And night in and night out, That's what he provides.
Middleton with it. Watch by Wallace. Count that bucket. Middleton's got his first basket of the night.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. The Mavericks lead by 10. Here's Black. 9 points in the game. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
Dallas shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And Dallas making a change here. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Down low. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And so it's Dallas with it. Here's Black. 10 points for him. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
They're not rolling like they were earlier. The bucket's a little harder to come by.
Yeah, the game has a bit of a different texture than it did just a little bit ago. Suddenly, that lead is not looking as comfy and cozy as it once did.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Oklahoma City foul.
Dallas shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And he drops the first.
He wasn't quite as assertive as he needed to be in the first quarter, but now he's taking a more head-on approach and getting himself to the line. Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Here's Wiggins. And Wiggins swoops in for the score.
Going rack to rack. You see the athleticism of Wiggins, but also the tremendous effort to get down the court like that.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And so that brings the first half to a close. Dallas on top. They lead by 14. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And let's get you back to the action as Game 2 is getting underway. Thunder trail by 14. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
There's that man, Gilgeous-Alexander. So tough to contend with his quickness.
And so he hits both. Dallas leading by 12. Here he goes.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy just... never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
There's the steal. And up the court they come. The Mavericks on the break. The lob. Very well done. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Embiid. Ooh, nasty putback from Embiid.
Embiid knows how to bully his way into position for the putback.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Pass to Daniels. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Wembanyama. Fires the three. Pure. That's basket number 9 on 12 drives.
I'll tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding. Let him eat.
Thunder trail by 17. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. To the middle. It's stolen by Wemby Rd. And here comes the break. Pass to Black. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. That one a little long. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Bridges outside. Wiseman inside. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Number 22.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander.
Alex Tui.
Right side, Butler. Takes a three. Sends it home from three-point land.
For 3.
Butler's got 8.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him. Clock at 4. Back to Bridges. Screen by Wiseman. The shot. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The Mavericks lead by 18. On the take.
Boy, it's nice to see young guys like McDaniels come onto the floor and make the right play.
Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Beyond the arc. And another miss by Oklahoma City. And Dallas with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. Knocks down the long J. Daniels has got his third basket on the night right there.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Black. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Dallas shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. Both shots good from the stripe. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
Boy, he's been killing them all night, and the defense looks like it's practically packed it in.
So it's Oklahoma City now. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Boucher picking him up. Great open look there. Embiid's got 11.
Not known for a quick release, but Embiid showing he has that ability as well.
And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. Wallace outside. 1:49 left in the third quarter. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Mavericks.
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
And I've also noticed how opportunistic they've been off turnover, doing a really good job taking advantage of the opponent's mistakes.
Embiid, good.
The defense gives Shai all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
Wiggins outside. From deep three-point range. On target from range. Wiggins has gotten his second bucket of the game.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
And out of bounds. Dallas will have it.
Dallas ball.
The Mavericks lead by 23. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the line for two.
And man, looking good from the line so far this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
41 seconds left in the third quarter here. Wallace pulls it in, and we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose, and in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, someone who has battled injuries. Great to see Yusuf Nurkic out there tonight.
And so it's Dallas with it. From downtown, Wallace misses. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. To the paint. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Dallas on D. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
This is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll get him his fourth foul of the game. Due to the bonus, we will head to the line for two. That one's no good. Drives to the hoop. Pass to Wemby. With one on the clock. And Wemby throws it down.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
And so it's Dallas. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. They're efficient. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. So it's the Mavericks now. Here's Black to the inside. Wembanyama down low. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Yeah, and this is the kind of impact Wemby makes offensively because he can score in just so many ways.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Thunder trail by 21. Here's Wiseman. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's Black. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Black's got 22 points.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Back to Wiseman. Screen by Wiseman. Off target from outside. And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for the Mavs. From the arc. The Thunder pull it in. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches the three. Hits the trifecta.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him three.
The Mavericks lead by 18. Inside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Middleton outside.
Mavericks foul. Black. Third personal foul. First team foul.
Intercepted.
Nice defense. Reading the play, using some quick hands to take it away. Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And it's Wiseman with the jam.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Here's Daniels. Here's Wembanyama. Pass to Butler. Five on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. From outside the arc. Bucket. He's now 9 for 11 after that one.
One this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. From deep, Wiseman. Pure from three-point range.
You know, when he gets rolling, guys, he can be an absolute handful to have to deal with. And right now, he is rolling strong.
Here's Black. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Thunder trail by 18. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Pass to Wiseman. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Wiseman. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 21 points in the game. The Mavericks lead by 16. Here's Black. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit. You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Pass to Black. Now here's Wembanyama. Drops in the three. Wembanyama's got 10 points in just the second half.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking fairly assertive. These guys really stepped up and played their hearts out to finish the series on their terms. So it's going to be on to the next round for the Mavericks.
They really had things going. Their offense carried them tonight, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., tonight, simply they won the battle of the field goal percentage. I mean, it made all the difference.
Back to Wiseman. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Wembanyama. The three. Drills it from deep.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, to get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Got a piece of it. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And it's Bridges with the jam. There's 31 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Black. Knocks down the triple. Black's got 30 points.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Here's Black. And so the Dallas Mavericks have won the series. And really, any win is a big win here in the postseason.
Yeah, every game counts now, and there's no second chances. So they must be pleased with the results.
Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals.